Hey guys, I've been called. I've been called to the camera. I've been called to the space. All right. And I'm purposely calling and clearing the space for people today, obviously. For those who jump on live, for those who watch the replay, purposely calling in this space, this place to be cleared, to be, I want to say sealed and protected. And what I mean when I say that is not from a bad space, but from a place of boundaries. Yeah, I feel like boundaries are so strong at the moment. And I feel like so many people are saying, no, I don't tolerate that anymore. No, I'm not doing that anymore. Actually, I deserve better than this. Actually, and it's really, really strong for a lot of people right now. Yeah. Let me know if you're feeling that. It's almost like this, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. And all these shifts are happening because you're choosing to put yourself first, because you're choosing to actually say no and be okay with that, even if it feels guilty to start with. Yeah. Even if you feel guilty to start with, I should say. All right. Hi, beautiful people. Yeah, Richard's feeling it. Yeah, it is strong in the field. All right. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know if you resonate with that or not. And yeah, so interesting. This is so awesome. Okay. I just saw someone come up on my feed saying, after 5 years of being vegetarian, I'm proudly and shamelessly eating meat again. So yeah, steady decline in my health. Yeah, I get all that. All right. There's also something that I want to say on this live stream just about why some people are feeling in a really good space and why some people are shifting lots and others feel like they're just at a standstill, nothing's moving, everything's stuck, blocked. They're crying, upset, exhausted. I really want to speak to that. So let me share this. I don't want to hear myself talking on that. So yeah, I want to just speak to that, and then I'm going to start these psychic readings because I have been called to the space this morning. All right, so sharing this. I was going to do this live stream outside, but it's almost, well, it's not almost summer. It's starting to warm up here, and the live stream goes hot. My phone overheats if it's not in the shade. I've learned. So I was like, you know what? And I'm doing all the cards, so I thought it'd just be best inside. All right, here we go. Get this sage off my desk. All the ashes off my desk. All right, so Danielle says, I'm just about to do a complete detox, so I need to release all the shit out. Yes, so important, guys, when you're doing any sort of detox, make sure you're doing some sort of enemas or colonics or something like that, especially if it's your first time doing any sort of cleanse. I'd book in for a round of colonics at the same time, because when we do a detox, all the shit dumps in our system, and that's why we feel worse, right? And when you can get colonics done, it helps to move all the stuff out. Even if you go to the toilet regularly, that plaque and everything is built up on your intestines. It's really important to clear out. So okay, so let me share. Oh, hang on a sec. There's comments here. Thanks, Tammy. All right, so Penny says, oh my gosh, I woke up and had to clear my space from so much energetically. Yes, boundaries, like a new voice. Yeah, so interesting. I'm like, right, okay, get the sage out. I was going to do it before the live stream, and I'm like, no, for the live stream. All right, so Joy says, oh, I need this. I have to go to my home care case tonight, the one where the lady is in an abusive relationship and trying to help her leave from. Ah, that's huge. So huge. Hey, Emily. Hi, Nalina. All right. Kelly, Richard. There's 2 Kellys here. Hi. Deborah. Hi, Lena. Hi, Nicola. So Richard says, a few days ago I had to clear my space as well, but after that I felt better. Yeah. I can't stress the importance enough of using sage or Palo Santo. I find that sage is a bit stronger than Palo Santo at times for me, and I've always got them on my desk in my little cauldron at hand. Yeah, and some days I don't use it. Some days I'm lighting it like every hour or something. I don't really time it, but it's a lot during the day. Yeah. And the thing I want to, say to people is not like, it's like, let's just do it once, like a week or once a month. It's like, do it when you feel you need it, and, kind of remind yourself. So sometimes in the start, we actually need to remind ourselves of using the sage or using a cleanser or something like that. Like, yes, we can cleanse our energy and we can have a shower, or we can use the, like chakra clearing meditation or sponge clearing or anything like that. But the real important thing is to do it as many times as you need, not just like, oh, I did it once a week or something. If you feel that, you only need to use it once a week or something, like, trust that. But just like, I guess, giving you guys permission to use it more, because sometimes we forget, right? So, I'm in business today, yes. Yes, my sword, yes, that's right. I was like, no, it needs to be in the picture today. Hi Amanda and Emily. So yes, I was called to sage my place again. Only yesterday. I do sage and then sometimes follow with Palo Santo. Yes. So I like when I need a really big cleanse, I can't in this house because the roof's too high. In my old house, I used to just be really mindful of the smoke alarm, namely take it off the roof whilst I did this. Not that you're supposed to, so maybe not do that. And then I'd shut all the windows and doors up, which you're not really supposed to either. You need to leave some ventilation, so really be mindful of that. I'd fill the house with smoke. At the same time, with this sage, I would have my stereo cranking with like deep shamanic, tribal drumming, didgeridoo, all of that. Like, there's a specific track they'll listen to. If you've been in the full moon ceremony, you'll know the one. And with that, go around, fill the entire house, and then I would unless it gets too smoky, then I'd open some windows, and then I would literally go around with my Tibetan bell at the same time in every room, and then I would open the house up. Yeah, lavender when it's fresh. Oh, that's so yummy. Yum. And sage with my smoke alarms unplugged. Yes, that one. It's just easier to do, because otherwise then you're like I get the pillow and I'm like trying to like blow the smoke away. So one thing I just wanted to say, and then we'll start these readings, is so a couple of things, almost like a mini energy update, okay? And I was going to do an energy update on its own, but I just feel like I want to say this now too. So some people are like, yes, like everything's amazing. Other people are like, bawling my eyes out and feel stuck and like the worst time of my life. And I want to point out that in this space of like bawling your eyes out, feeling stuck, worst place in the world, I want you to realize and recognize that you are also moving, even though it doesn't feel like it, even though it feels like crap, okay? Because remember, when we come from a place where we don't want to be, and then we're moving through the grief and all the separation and all the, oh my God, what happened? Why am I in this place? Why do and we're processing that. And then we're moving over here and we're setting these boundaries and things are starting to move forward and everything, because these people over here have already moved through this grief. It doesn't mean that they don't flick back or, it's just that they've gone through the worst part of it already. So these people are having a bad time right now. You're not stuck, even though it feels like that, and you're looking at these people going, oh, why are they like in a better place than me? It's literally because they've already moved through that in whatever way, shape or form, in however long a period over the time, right? So, okay. Just getting rid of these people off my page. I swear there's like bots being, released or something at the moment. So yeah, so it's really important to just know and recognize that you're just in a different stage of it, okay? And it's so important to like treat yourself with the love and kindness for that stage, if that makes sense. So yeah, and there was something else. Oh, so be really mindful. We're in dark moon right now. So it is like the darkest of peak right now. It is new moon tomorrow. It's like the, you know, it's the peak new dark moon tomorrow. And it is the darkest, you know, like point right now. So it's like we're going deep in. It can be a lot of darkness, it can be a lot of confrontation, you know, it's a lot of shedding. Like the dark moon is where we shed the old, yeah, and then we come into the new cycle and we give birth at the full moon, like in a way, you know. So we can really use those cycles and everything. So be mindful that that's going on right now. The other piece is that in 2 weeks is the full moon. It is also Halloween in 2 weeks, okay? And it's a very, I want to say, very potent time. There's a lot of people experiencing a lot of darkness right now. And I feel like, and I've said for a little while, that's only going to like increase over like Halloween and even into November. And it's a big reason why we're doing Transcendence purposely over the darkest period, yeah? Because we're actually using that dark energy and transcending it into the highest for us, and teach you guys how to do that. So Transcendence is going to be deep and intense, and it is 6 weeks that really, like, if you've ever had trouble like manifesting your desires, or like why isn't anything working, or you know, like, or if you really want to amplify your life purpose and all of that, the biggest piece that I want to say to you about Transcendence is it's a 6 weeks deep dive, and it's actually like, it's transcending all of that which has made you stuck for all of time, yeah? It is a definite frequency shift. And so when I have talked about my crystalline chakra activations, and when they, you know, like if you've listened to them, they're very different energy frequency to any of my meditations. So Transcendence is like the next level of that level of frequency. So if you're ready to step out of the old vibration of the old earth, of all the crap that's going on the planet, if you're ready to actually leave all those systems that are keeping you stuck, if you're actually ready to shift into the higher frequencies, that is what we are moving into in this Great Awakening. And whilst the Great Awakening is happening and it's like, all this amazing stuff, what do I always say? I say when the light increases, so does the dark. Okay, because right now, and I got this message a while ago that the polarities are, I can't remember what I said, like, but it's like the light's increasing. I'm like, yeah, and so is the dark, because we live in a polarity universe. So if the light's increasing, the dark's going to increase too. Like, it's all increasing, right? And that's why a lot of people are getting sucked down very easily, because this is also increasing, yeah? So Transcendence is enabling you to actually remove yourself from those systems and actually using this frequency to be able to also help these people, right? As part of your purpose, so you wouldn't be doing it. So the Transcendence, the early bird finishes probably in about 12 hours, 12 to 15 hours, and then it increases up to 5:55. So we don't start actually for another 2 weeks. We start one day before the full moon. We start one day before Halloween, and I was guided to do that on purpose for a very specific reason. It is going to be intense 6 weeks. And with this is like all the prep work gets dropped, or the pre-work gets dropped the week before, because there is pre-work. If you really want to, you know, use it, there's definitely pre-work in that, and it's going to be exponential. Now, as I was just talking about that, a card fell out, and look, it's the polar bear, and it's the ancestors, yeah? So with the ancestors, it's so interesting, and I was just talking about that, and being able to like release ourselves from those systems, yeah, from, you know how, and I posted last night too, I was like, no, I have to say something. I'm like, stop looking for a purpose, because we're in a prison and there's no like purpose in a prison. And I'm like, isn't the fucking purpose to like escape the prison? Like, that's a no-brainer to me. I'm like, how do you guys not see that? And so when we look at the ancestors and the polar bear, it is literally about that entire, like, it's our entire history, right, that we're moving away from. And it's not like history in a bad way of like getting rid of everything, but we're still affected to it when we're connected to it, yeah? We can be part of it without being connected to it, yeah? And that's what we do in Transcendence, of being able to move through that. So, all right. So I don't know if I'm like banning the right people or not. Because I don't know if I just banned the wrong people. Oh, hang on a sec. 14 minutes in. Okay, who's this guy commenting? Because he keeps commenting. I hope I'm banning the right people. So if I'm banning from page, this guy, but hang on a sec, let me have a look. Is it still coming up? Maybe I can do it from here. Because it's replying to Nicola and stuff. I don't want it to be like banning the wrong people. Oh, there we go. That's better. So send me a message, guys, if I accidentally banned you from my page. Or you won't be able to. Send me a message on my private page. There's been multiple people, I know. What the hell? You reported spam too, thanks. I actually think there's a lot of, what's the word? Bot things around? Or I don't know. Yeah, Stan and Fernando. Stan. What the fuck, man? Who are these people? Go away. Like, and I've never seen these people on my page either. Like, I think, yeah, somewhat annoying. I think they're morphing, I know. Yeah. All right, clear my page. Okay. All right, so yeah, really wanted to share that, guys, that if you are in a, like a, you know, a down space, you're not really, you know, like I'm not denying how you're feeling right now, but I want you to realize and recognize that you're not fully stuck. It just seems like it, because even when we are like going through something and we're like, oh my god, like it's not moving forward, you actually are moving because you've moved away from what you're grieving from. Yeah, that's really important to recognize. Okay, that's why I needed the sage. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right, so let's go. Give me a yes if you would like a psychic reading. Say yes, please, Hannah. And I'll scroll through from the yeses in the right now. And yeah. I'll intuitively choose. So my inner circle clients, I can give you a reading in WhatsApp, you know that. All right, so Nelina jumped off the page. Oh my gosh, just put like 4 cards for you. Okay. So just, how do you get a reading? So just say, yes, please, Hannah, and then I scroll through all the yeses and intuitively pick. So Nelina, this is the throat chakra. Now I know the throat chakra came up in the, I think it was Tuesday Tarot cards, communication or something. So the throat, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth, yeah? And I'm curious what this is about. So Archangel Michael, so it's interesting, Archangel Michael with the sword and also the sword in the background as well. So Archangel Michael, the throat chakra, the angels are helping you speak your truth. So with the throat chakra here, I feel like, I don't know if you're speaking your truth. I feel like you're thinking about it. Check her out. She's thinking about it. I feel like you're thinking about it. And I feel like there's some massive change that will be cut away, right? Archangel Michael's sword up there. He's ready to cut it from your life. The sword's just sitting there. It's not really moving. So really, really curious that, yeah, whatever you're like wanting to voice or something. And I just feel like there's a part of you like hanging on for dear life. Like, what are you like hanging on for dear life for? Like, what is the like, I don't know, like you do know when you're like, I don't know, need to think about this, but you're like hanging on for dear life, you know? And I feel like there's a piece of you there that's like so clear, knows what you want to say, needs to say it, and you're just holding back. Now, whether that's like divine timing or, you know, needing to find the right time or anything like that. Oh my gosh, did a bug just fly in my eye? Look, that's the left eye. So Is it something to do with a relationship? Is it something to do with a relationship from the past? Because the, you know, like the left is representing the past. I know the camera's flipped around. So, and also obviously the feminine, but I'm curious, like, what are you not liking seeing in your past? Like, what is it? Like, is there been a big confrontational reality recently? And you're like, oh my God, like, don't know. Oh, I know, but I can't. It's like the hanging on for dear life about that. So that's the Archangel Michael in the throat. And I'm just going to pull one more card for you. This thing can get out of my eye now. I've explained that. Okay, so past life and vacuum away fear. So doing the past life issue is going to unlock whatever it is that's actually making you fearful and holding on for, right? So the vacuum away fear, when you do the past life, so you've got access to the past life meditation, Alina, in Trust Intuition. If you do that, it will help energetically unlock and therefore release the fear about what's going on in right now. And sometimes just doing the past life unlock is all that's needed to be able to like shift the issue without you voicing something. So sometimes it's so deep in the past that this is like, it plays out in the right now. And it's pretty much what I'd said about the ancestor card in the right now as well, with you know, like what I was just explaining before we started doing the readings, in the sense that we're literally like releasing ourselves from all of, you know, like we're literally like removing ourselves from the dense vibration that's been on the planet, that is on the planet, that's still playing out on the planet. And I feel like this is playing out in your own life in some way, shape or form. But by doing the past life meditation, you're going to release the fear. And then once that's cleared out, then this is clearer, right? And sometimes we're able to voice our truth without all the fear, right? Sitting under here going, ah, and that's what's making us go, right? That's what's actually making us go like that, yeah? And so then we can voice with a clearer throat, with a clearer heart, because all of this is being cleared out. And sometimes, like I said, it'll shift by itself. Sometimes we'll go, oh, I don't even know why I was worried about voicing that. Yeah? So, yeah, I'm not sure if that resonates or not, but that is the message there. Yes, awesome, Isabel. First time, got a notification that I went live. Awesome. Okay. All right, so Amanda Carapatis. You're welcome, Alina. All right, so Amanda. Okay, Amanda, you are special. Have you been doubting yourself, woman? Have you been questioning yourself? Have you been questioning your life? Card of Dreams, I just pulled for you as well. Have you been like, oh, maybe it's not up to me. Maybe I'm not here to do big things. Maybe I'm not about your dreams. Maybe I'm not here to do big things. Maybe I'm not. But you're being asked to trust in your dreams. Yeah? And I feel like for you, there's a piece of you that is worried about your own personal power. Yeah? And the truth of the situation, though, is that you don't need to hang your head low anymore. Yeah? You don't need to hang your head low anymore. Because the truth of who you are is beautiful self-reflection. Self-reflection, because the empowerment, the beautiful angel that you are, I love this image so much, is that you are a leader. All the people look up to you, and you are definitely here to serve. So when that doubt creeps in, you can just know that that is just an old story of that old web of all the old stuff we're talking about. And you are here to do big things. Now, the other message I'm getting for you, Amanda, about the You Are Special card, you can see there's like a butterfly on her dress there. I feel like you are in a transformational cocoon right now, and your wings are about to just like break out of that cocoon. And coming to goosebumps, I just heard December for you. And I feel like that will be a really big shift in time. And I feel like up until like, you know, from now until then, it might feel like, what is actually going on? Like, is it ever really going to change? Like, I don't know about this, like, you know? So I feel like it's really important to continue to trust and to continue, you know, like that self-talk, that self-care, that self-nourishment, and really see who you really are. See how much you can actually do for people, because you do a lot. You do hold a lot. And I think it's this piece about you as special is also being able to see who you really are and see how special you are and see the truth of that. Yeah. So, and getting in a child for you as well. So wondering about maybe checking in with her and working on the inner child as well can be helpful at this point in time. Oh my gosh, it really feels like there's still something in my eye. Feels like a bug or something. Okay, it's not moving or anything. I'm just like, it hasn't really come out. Thanks, Diane. I love my sword too. Yes, lovely Dags. Diane said I had such a crappy day. I was supposed to be going on holidays and just cancelled. We haven't had a holiday for 14 years. Ah, that really sucks. Especially after that long. That's a long time. Hi, Colleen. Shannon says that's so relevant to many of us right now. I feel the past life and unlocking the fear to let go. Yeah, there's a big piece on throat chakra stuff at the moment. Speaking your truth, living your truth, clearing out all the times we've been beheaded, all the times we've had a slit throat, all the times that we've been choked or strangled or you know, choking on our own words or choking on somebody else's truth in our throat and our body, and then we get sick and then we're like, ugh, and we die with other people's words in us. Huge. This is why doing this past life work is so important, because we're not just clearing out, hey, when we died, we're like clearing out like more than that. Yeah. Hey, Brittany. All right, so is Donnie still here? And is Tamsin still here? And is Kelly Ray still here? Joy says, I need to download that meditation you have on unlocking generational codes. Yeah, that's the Divine Balance will do that one, unlocking the generational codes. It will clear the generational lineage. The past life meditation will do that too, but the Divine Balance, so the Triple Goddess and the Triune God in that package, the Divine Balance is more specific to generational healing. Yeah. Shannon says, I've been following your chakra series and I'm loving it. I'm like, yes, awesome. All right, so Donnie. Okay, so Donnie, High Priestess. High Priestess. Discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. Okay, Donnie. Can you please let me know if you're a male or female? I know that's such a weird question to ask. Have you got a raven on your profile picture? Is that what that is? Can you let me know? Because it's so significant, because there's a raven on the priestess's shoulder, well, on her arm or something, sitting right there next to her with the full moon, by the way. Okay, so High Priestess. All right, pull some more cards for you, Donnie. It's a little bit intense. Are you ready for it? Okay, because this is really interesting. So I'd really like to know if you're a male or female, because I know Donnie's like could be a boy or a girl name. So the reason I'm asking is because, and some people would be like, she should be able to tune into that because like she's a psychic. And I'm like, well, no, I work best with asking questions. So the High Priestess, Crow itself, you're a man. Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to check. So I had a feeling and I'm like, the High Priestess, like if you're a man, it doesn't really work. So it's interesting. That's why I pulled some more cards. This is really interesting. So the crow, the raven, and the crow and the raven is like death, magic, messenger, a lot of messages in the crow and the raven. And the high priestess, obviously very deeply connected to the feminine, but also deeply connected to prophecy, clairvoyance, magic, intuition, very deeply connected to the animal realm and the animal spirits in the world, to the earth, to the earth realm, to the underworld. Yeah, very, very, very intuitive, very highly clairsentient, can feel everything, feels everything way too much. Yeah. Now, I feel like there's a couple of things to this. I want to ask you, have you just come out of a relationship breakup? And then the other question is, I feel like, it's not really a question, but it is, I feel like it's almost like there's a part of you dying because this is being born, right? I know it doesn't make sense because you're a man, but it kind of does, right? Because, multi-dimension, we hold male and female, I know. And that's significant because I feel like it's a part of you that is dying because this is being born within you. So not that you're like becoming a woman. I mean, maybe you are, but the feminine, intuitive self of you is being born, like is rising in you, is who you are, if that makes sense, right? So Alina, my inner circle clients, I can do readings for you privately. I don't know why you guys ask on my live streams. I'm like, I can pull your cards in WhatsApp. What's going on here? Maybe it's more like fun here or something. I don't know. So I feel like this is rising within you. You are coming into a deep power within yourself of your feminine, of your intuition, like trusting your intuition more, right? The reason I asked if you've gone through a relationship breakup, because I feel like the woman was, it's interesting. I'm like, if you've just gone through a breakup, she was either this sort of a person or she was not this person at all. And this sort of a person is who is like, like rising within you, your feminine intuition, your personal power. And that's why that fell apart, right? It's more fun. Yeah. So I have a feeling, okay. So what I pulled next, right, is the death card. Now this confirms why I was like, I feel like there's a part of you dying, so that this is what is rising. But then I pulled another one, right? So I pulled the high priestess, then there's death, and then Merlin. How freaking awesome, right? Alchemy, justice, and balance. So these cards, oh my goodness, it's back to front. Hang on a sec. Back to front on the screen because I'm doing it backwards so you guys can see the writing. So we've got the high priestess, death, and Merlin. Like, oh my goodness, hang on, there we are. So look at the balance of masculine and feminine. And the death, I feel, is everything falling away and out of your life right now, because these two are rising within you. So that, as I said, the high priestess is like the deep connection to the feminine, to your personal power, to the intuition, to your magic, and the depth of who you are. And so is Merlin. And it's like the masculine and feminine aspect of that. Like, that is powerful. And I feel like you're in a very, very powerful space right now. And I'm curious if you actually feel like that, or if you actually feel like this right now. It's like, well, this is not how I feel, Hannah. So I'd be really curious about that for you. I'm wondering if that, resonates, but I'm wondering which aspect you're at right now. Like if you feel like, everything's starting to really come into a, good place and rise up and like really experiencing these aspects of yourself, or whether you're like, nah, Hannah, I'm still here. And if you're still here, I'm like, it's because this is coming into your power. Like you're coming into your power. Your gift wants to be born. It is time for you to see who you really are. So much of that going on. And really own the fact that you do have a super intuitive, highly, connected gift, that you feel everything. And sometimes that's why it always feels like this, because we do feel too much. And this Merlin and the high priestess is where you have the death of your old self, so that you can master your gift and actually use like these of, you know, like master your gift, so you're not flawed by the energy, so you're not, you know, dragged down by the underworld all the time, right? And that's ultimately, that's what we're doing in Transcendence, which the early bird closes tonight, or in a few hours actually, depending on where you are in the world. So that's a very, very powerful card. And the bottom card of that is the Serpent, which is knowledge and healing. And, you know, the snake sheds its skin, right? And so the snake shedding its skin is very much around that, so that you can always, you know, like see the truth. That the snake and the serpent is the truth, yeah? And when you rise into mastering your gift, you're able to discern the truth all the time, yeah? Like you're very, very clear. And so when we do go through this, it is this like point of being able to like discern the truth, yeah? That's what mastering your gift is. Is this my energy? Is it somebody else's? Is it you know, like, is it where's myself in this? Where's my energy? Whose energy is this? Like all of that, yeah? So yeah, definitely that. So yeah, it's a very powerful reading. I don't think I've read for you before. Oh, maybe I have. I don't actually remember. All right. So I said if Kelly Ray was here, and then also if Tamsin was here. Is Kelly Ray and Tamsin still here? Definitely right on all of it. Yeah. So Isabel says, yeah, I just banned them. Yeah, awesome. So Isabel says, when you have the time towards the end of the live, could you explain how to choose a deck of tarot cards when you have more than one you feel are pulled towards? Have you seen how many card decks that I have? You just get them all. Now, do you mean like, do you mean like in one reading, like I just did? Like if I'm in one reading now, do I only stick with one deck, or do I pull from like every deck? Like, do you mean that in one reading, or you just mean generally buying a deck of cards? Is that what you mean? Oh, I see. Maybe I have to ban them from the stream as well. There we go. So ban them from my page, and then I have to like ban them from my stream too. Got it. Hang on a sec. Getting the hang of this. All right. You're so welcome, Johnny. How do I choose? All right. So Tamsin's here. Not sure if Kelly Ray's still here. How do any of us choose? Yeah. Yeah, so just let me know that. Hi, Jeanette. Okay. So let me pull a card for Tamsin. That was pretty cool reading. How's the like chances of pulling both Merlin and the High Priestess? I love that. Whoa, check this card out. Oh, how beautiful is that? Leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting it off. Stop putting off ideas or projects. I should have kept reading. Stop putting off projects or ideas you are considering. Yeah? Leaping through the air. A plan that you have made is on track. If you're waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. Okay. So I'll get back to your question in a moment, Isabel. So really like pertinent time. So, you know, when I'm talking about transcendence and I'm like, this is like the most intense 6 weeks ever. So the next 6 weeks leading up to, well, it's about 2 months now, but by the time, so this card is for Tamsin, but whenever I'm doing a reading, it always has relevance if you pay attention. So the next 2 months leading up to December 21st, but I feel it's like going into January 21st, ultimately, this energy. And then I feel like, you know, in February, it will be a bit of a, like a slump or like a woof, like, you know, the energy is going to change. And then I feel like by March, April, end of next year, end of March, April next year, the energy is going to like pick up, like there'll be a big peak again or something. So with this one, like, and I talk about transcendence. So we're like, it's going to be intense in transcendence because we're literally like transcending, like there's all these processes that we're going through to really activate and amplify, pull apart, and, you know, put into place what we want for next year, not just whatever's happening. But the energies for the next 2 to 3 months are going to be really freaking intense. Okay. Everyone's like having these amazing shifts and it's like, like all these things happening, right? And even though there's like lots of ideas and lots of things that want to leap out of your system and leap out of like all this stuff, like with this, like, you know, leaping our energy, it's like all these ideas and we're like, yeah, like, you know, and some people are just like breaking down and going, oh my God, what is actually going on here, right? And so when we're like, you know, I feel like with this really high frequency energy, if you're not focused, you're number one going to be burnt out, but you're also going to be scattered and nothing's going to get done. And so over these next 6 weeks, and especially for you, Tamsin, and everyone else, if you're paying attention, the strong message is focus. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects. So now's not the time for waiting around. Now's not the time for, oh yeah, when COVID stops and everything gets back. No. If you're waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. You know that one thing that is going to make the thing happen. There is one thing that you need to do every day that is going to blow it up, that is going to make it happen, that is going to make all these ideas come to fruition, right? That is actually going to give you the thing. So you know how it says, if you're waiting for something, well, get to work and make it happen. That's like what it's saying. So like if you're waiting for something, yes, sit around and like open your arms to receive. Like, no, it's telling you to get to work on the ideas that you are receiving. Because with this really high frequency energy that's coming through the ethers right now, and this is what, like, you know how like they're talking about like the two earths and the earths are separating. Like what I personally feel is the sheath is become thinner, like super, super thin. Like the sheath has become thin. That's what's actually happening, right? Now when the sheath gets thinner, right, that energy is a really, really like high frequency, yeah? And that really, really high frequency is actually going to either burn you out or be like really potent in being able to, like, you know, if the sheaths are getting thinner, there's a really high frequency. If the sheath's getting thinner, there's also extreme manifestation power. Like now is the time to really amplify that. Deborah says, feels like a switch from water to air. Look, they are leaping out of the water into the air. Yeah. So these ideas need to be grounded. Okay. And as you say, the switch, and that's the switch from, what is it? Pisces to Aquarius? I don't know. We're moving into Aquarius, right? I think we're moving from water to air. And so that whole shift in energy frequency is like a big adjustment. Yeah. And that big adjustment is really important for us to be able to learn how to like actually use that, because this is a big portal that we're going into of the Aquarius energy, right? Of the air frequency. We're not used to that. We've been like in this like cocoon for quite some time, right? So transcendence is literally about being able to use and utilize that high frequency energy in the way that we need to without getting bogged down and pulled down in the polarity that's expanding. We don't want to be pulled down that way. Okay. Swim in the air. Yes. Yes. All right. So let me know if that makes sense. All right. Never liked Aquarius people. Okay. So I know, how's the trolls? It's so weird. That's what happens when it is what happens. So Jamie says, I feel like I'm doing so much and I'm burnout now. Like I'm working my butt off every day with this high frequency and need to do downtime now. Yeah. And the burnout comes from the old paradigm. Yeah, when we talk about a high frequency and we talk about an old energy and the old vibration in the old world, the burnout, that's the old world. That's not being able to use the high frequency to support yourself. It burns you out. And that's exactly what transcendence is about learning how to utilize that high frequency energy, because it does burn you out because you're in the old paradigm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. All right. Was just hearing journal when you were reading that. Yes. Create your reality, baby. Yeah, focus the energy, 100%. And stop waiting around. Like, you know, like journaling's good, but you need to be taking action on those ideas that you get from journaling, or there's no point to it. Yeah? All right. So Shannon, Isabel said, in general, I used to have a deck when I was younger that was gifted to me, but I've been feeling the need to get another deck. Yeah. So going to the new stores, my voice. So sometimes, like, I love going to shops because then I can choose a deck. Like Shannon says, you can play around with them. That's how I just chose my last lot. When you know the decks, you can just buy online, get them delivered. So if you want, how about, and I've been meaning to do this for a while, how about I put my Monday meditation. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was the last one. I can start recording the MP3s now. It's a little bit exciting. How about I put a photo? I'll try and put all the decks on one photo. If not, I'll put a couple of photos in my Reality Awareness support group of all the decks that I have. Because then it can give you an idea of which ones to kind of buy in a way. Like, and what I would recommend doing is like looking at them, which one draws you, and then, yeah, going from that like that would be awesome. All right, so, okay, so I'm going to pull another card for other people. So how I work on my live streams, I didn't really explain this, is, so because I get so many people, when I used to be able to read everyone, but I just can't these days because there's too many people in here. So basically, as I go through the live stream, I'll ask you, like right now, to type in, yes, please, Hannah, I would love a card, or yes, please, or anything like that. So if you can do that now, and then once, you know, because all the yeses come up in a row, right? Sort of thing. And then I like scroll through all the yeses and I intuitively pick a name. So that's how I pick a reading. So you guys can put a yes in now. I had a lot of Gemini friends. I didn't really gel with the Aquariuses either though. I hear you, Alina. I hear you. All right. Okay, so scroll time. All right. So Jamie. Oh, I actually pulled a card before and I was like, okay, this is for somebody. So, stepping through the portal is the White Horse. And it's the Freedom card. I feel like you have a doorway of freedom, of opportunity for you right now, Jamie, but you're not taking it. I feel like you're hesitating. The horse is like, okay, let's go. And you're like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to take that leap. I'm not ready to go. It's interesting because the bottom card of the deck is the Bat. Now, whilst this card says kindness, fruit, bat, flying fox is all about kindness, the Bat is also death and rebirth. There's a lot of death, rebirth going on right now with what's going on, you know, the planet, yeah? So the freedom, it's like, yeah, and then you're like, actually, I'm not ready yet, and you're like still hanging on. I know Bat's hang upside down, I know the cardinals, but the symbolism I'm getting for you right now is that you're still hanging on. You're like, yeah, and then you're like, I would actually recommend the past life stuff for you. It feels very similar, Jamie, for you around the past life with what I've shown before for Nalina. And I'm like, you know, you need to speak your truth, but you're not, and you're still holding on. You're like, eek. You're like, okay, let's go. And then you're like, it's like you're like pulling the horse back, and you're like, I'm actually not ready yet. Right? So what is that about? And interesting, because the orcas come up, and that's the song lines, and that's like the ley lines and the, you know, like song lines, ley lines of the earth. And it's also the synchronistic flow I get the message of with that. And the synchronistic flow is like pulling you forward. And this is where we trust our intuition. This is where we move forward. And we're like, yeah. And then with the flying fox, like what this is, and you're still holding on, it's like you want to move forward, you're following your intuition, but then it like pulls you back. Something pulls you back from entering, going all the way through, going like fully going through, like fully committing, fully backing yourself and trusting intuition. So I'm curious what that is for you that's like holding you back. Like, what is that? Like, I'm not ready to fully go yet. Oh, look, I shuffled and pulled this again. What are you scared about in owning your voice and your truth? And it's very similar to Nalina. And being able to trust intuition enough. Look, she's like sleeping on the bottom of the floor, of the ocean floor. And they're like, hello, we're trying to like guide you. Are you going to wake up? Follow us, please. We want to give you that freedom, but you've got free will and you have to be able to make the choice and take the leap yourself. Check it out. Tiger is the will. Check it out. Love that so much. Are you going to wake up? We're trying to speak to you. Perfect. All right. Tracy. Is Tracy still here? So I was probably a couple of Tracys. So the Tracy I was talking about was Tracy Lee. Is it Duquette? That's who I was looking at. Hi, Nalina. Nalina's still here. It was very similar energy to you with that reading, with your message. Whisper messages, yes. All right, before I read Tracy, is she still here? Because otherwise this message is for somebody else. Okay, she is, yes. So I pulled a card for you. It's the Bard. Music, poetry, myth, history, enchantment of storytelling. You have, no, that wasn't you, Siri. You have a song, you have a mission, you have a voice that wants to come out of you, but I feel like there's a part of you already doing it, but I feel like there's a piece of you, or there's a part of you that does it, and you do it, and then there's something that almost comes and stabs you in the back. There's something that comes and I'm wondering if that's you beating your own self up with I'm not good enough, because your heart gets full of joy and like almost gets whisked away in it all and you love it. But there's something that, and I don't know if it's coming from outside, like someone in your current reality, like telling you, no, you can't, stop doing that, you shouldn't be doing that, or gossiping behind your back. So I'm wondering if you've felt, kind of like low in energy lately, especially, and feeling like, I want to say like psychic attack almost, and being really pulled down, because you step up, you do your thing in a way, but then it's like there's people around you that are really like hissy, like almost like a whip or gossip dagger sort of energy around you. It's kind of interesting. And that like almost like, oh, look at that. I just pulled another card, the Wasp. Anger, retaliation, jealousy. It's actually a lot of jealousy in the others, guys. Actually, there's a lot of people stepping up, doing their thing, and there's actually a lot of kind of like behind the scenes gossip, or there's like being stung by the people and actually them saying it, whether it's keyboard warrior style or whether it's actually people, you know, like that they know actually saying something to them as well. There is quite a bit of that going on. So yeah, I'd be really I'd be getting this one out for a bit. I'd be doing shadow work to see what that shadow aspect is representing to you. And I would be rising and doing your work anyway, because it brings you joy, and because you are in the joy, that is why they are jealous. But there might be a part of you just needing to clear out on a energetic level, on a, you know, shadow aspect. Covered in goosebumps. Look, because you are protected, bottom card of the deck. But that's, yeah, that's going on there. All right. So who have we still got here? Give me another row of yeses. Say yes, please, Hannah. Covered in goosebumps. As I start tuning in to everybody. Penelope says, this reading is so on point right now. I have finally surrendered to guidance from universe to leave the narc, but so much fear. I can't actually physically leave. Trying to manifest a home. Yes. Narc is enraged because I've closed my heart. Okay. I'm trusting that you have called the Women's Domestic Violence Counsellor hotline. Can you please let me know if you have or not? And if you haven't had contact with them, they would be your first port of call, because they are the people that can get you out of that situation. Okay, so all right, so let me tune in there. All right, so Lena, and I was getting two people. So Lena and Penelope, interesting. The honeybee, this is protection. I just said about the protection there. Interesting. So even though we're going through this quote unquote dark portal, there's a lot of protection. Now the honeybee is very deeply connected to the goddess. And interesting that there's this man on the cards. So it's interesting because I feel like, you know, and as you just said, Penelope, like moving away from that, I'm wondering if, Lena, there's been a bit of that sting still going on for you. And I'm kind of getting the message about, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's stronger boundaries, there's a change in boundaries, or there's a change coming up for you, Lena. Penelope, it's definitely about reaching out to the women for support, the goddess, yeah? To be able to counteract that. Now, oh, how interesting, this card doesn't even say protection. It says reciprocity. Reciprocal relationship. If you're not in a reciprocal relationship. So for you, Lena, like I said, like, I know what you've been through. So I'm just like, it feels like there's still a bit of a sting going on from the other one. But is the current space you're in a deeply reciprocal energetic space? Like, is that how it feels, you know, like with that, you know, like heart space? Or is there something, like, I feel like there's a uneven balance of a give take, but not necessarily with your ex. We know that. That's why you're not there anymore. And the sting's still there, but I feel like there's someone or something else there's an unbalanced something going on there. Or maybe you're coming into more balance, because I do feel like there is a lot of golden light around you with that. So yeah, and with you, Penelope, like I said, I'm like the bees and reaching out for the support around that is definitely the case there for you. I just kind of said it as well before that. And interesting as well, sorry, I just pulled the tiger again, and the will. So you've got to have a willingness to want to make the changes you've got. And that's why I always say you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help. Like, they're just not, it's not going to work, right? That person, it has to come from deep down within them, in their base chakra, which is the will, which the tiger is the spiritual warrior. The tiger is ruby, and it's the spiritual warrior in the liquid crystals. And it looks like there's, I don't know if it's Kali. You know, I think it's the Indian goddess, I think it's Kali, with the arms like that, or is that Kuan Yin? I don't know. It's like the many hands of the goddess, yeah? You've got many hands there. You have to be willing to reach out and ask for help, because it's a reciprocal thing. People just can't come in and help you. You have to reach out and ask for that help. It is the spiritual warrior, so it's like being the warrior through this, you know, through this space. So Lena says, yes, there is someone I'm chatting to, being very conscious of my energy with this one. Yeah, awesome. But for you, Lena, the happiness is on the horizon with the dolphin, and it's deep spiritual healing, it's deep heart healing. So Penelope, for you, the deep heart healing, and yours getting a lot of heart stuff for you as well, Lena. And the pregnancy, she's pregnant on top. So birthing new eras, birthing new realms, realities right now. Yeah. Shannon says, stay strong. Many women are in this right now, and I completely believe you. You'll make it out. Yes. All right. So, is Isabel still here, and is Hannah Gibson still here? So Tracy says, I've had very little energy lately, more than usual, but I'm disabled, in a lot of pain. Holding me back, but I'm kind of shy, and my mum makes me feel like I can't do anything right now. That's the could feel for you, yeah? I've almost done an energy healing course, but will be shy doing it live online, and there may be more to the story too, but I'm working on things. Okay, yeah, you're so welcome. Okay, and I was like, you're doing something that's bringing your heart alive, and you're doing the thing like you are. That's the healing course. But there's someone that's like, you can't do that, can't do this, da 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 da. It's very common when we start stepping up to this, because we're changing all this energy dynamics, and they feel it, and that's why it amps up when we're first stepping up to do this work, and that's why we just got to keep freaking going. It's not easy. That's why I need to be around people like us and keep going. Yeah. Birthing new reality for sure. Yes, you're so welcome, Lena. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay, Heidi says, my chest has been so heavy and a lot of anxiety. I did a live stream not long ago on anxiety, or about stuff. I spoke about anxiety, and I was check in with all the things. I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was actually a psychic reading one. So Isabel, okay, this is for Isabel. Ascended Masters. So just talking about, I think it was Kali or Kuan Yin, one of those, and the Ascended Masters card for you, Isabel. Perfect, powerful, loving and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you, and manifestation power. The bottom card is mediumship, really being drawn to bring that to your attention, because I feel like you're definitely a medium. What's this one? Singing and dancing. Follow the joy, follow the heart. So I feel like, covered in goosebumps, the mediumship card, very much around you. I feel like it's time, if you don't already do this, it's time for you to hone your empath psychic abilities, especially as a medium. Yeah, it's time for you to really own that, because you have such a deep connection to the other side and deep connection to the other world. That, I feel like, I don't know, I'm is that what this is about? The Ascended Masters, urging you to move in that direction of honing your gift. The manifestation power makes me wonder if you've been working on something right now, and I'm have you, I don't know if you have trouble birthing it, but I wonder if you've been I'm just gonna give up. It's what's the point? I don't know. I can't keep going. There's a lot of people like that too, by the way. And I just want to say that that's a big part of the energy. So, how I was saying, the polarities right now, there's so much the light and the high frequency. And I'm yeah. And the darkness is getting big too, because we live in a polarity universe, and it's expanding in both directions. Yeah. And this is where, so many of us want to give up, and we've kind of come to it's a slump, and we're I don't know anymore, I don't know. Right? And in that, I don't know, it's because of this, and we're it's almost if we were going in the light, and we're doing really well, whatever, and then because this has been moving so fast, it's almost it's pulled us in, and even though we're not getting pulled down there, the dark's still getting bigger and pulling down, for example, right? And so we're here, and we're just in a slump. We're not getting pulled down, but we're stuck, no purpose, not sure. When usually we're like, yeah, like we just keep going. But because this is like, do you know what I mean? And this is where the recalibration, this is where transcendence comes in. Yeah, because we've all been in this dimension, we've all been in this earth frequency. There's all these people and all these beings that are not supposed to be here or whatever, right? And doing all their things. And now we're waking up to that and we're like, no, thank you, right? And exercising our no and being okay with that, and, you know, like holding our ground and holding our power, right? And then it's like, oh, but we're still attached to it. And so this is where the transcendence is coming in, and this is like supporting that high frequency. Otherwise you're gonna stay in the slump, you know? So yeah, these are beautiful, beautiful decks. So for you, who am I reading in? Isabel. I feel like, and this is where the mediumship card comes in. I feel like you have a really strong connection to spirit. You have it's very strong. It's very clear. Whether you're consciously working on that and you know that, or you don't trust it yet or not, I'm not sure at this point, but I feel like you're being urged by the Ascended Masters to hone that gift and to do more work around, you know, honing it basically, right? So it doesn't floor you and you can actually, you know, like you're moving in the direction of what you want. And I'm curious if you've been in a slump and it's like, I'm not sure, right? Because the singing and dancing is like the final outcome card for you. This is like the answer. This is like, you know, it's like, bring your joy back. Where's your joy? Bring your joy back to where your heart is, because that's what's going to amplify this. That's what's going to lead you into this. This is what the Ascended Masters are guiding you into doing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So special. So special. All right. All right, so Hannah Gibson, The Mermaids for You. This one. Oh, check it out. Morning affirmations. Right on point what I was saying there, right? In a sense of focus, focus, focus. What have I said? Like if there was one word that describes all the readings, it's like focus. Focus, because that high frequency that is like, like coming in from, this way, coming in from the heavens above or wherever it's coming from. It's like focus, yeah. And I feel like your morning ritual, if I would imagine you've already got one, but I feel like it needs to be tweaked, or not even your morning, during the day mindset. I feel like there's a bit of like, I keep getting slumped for people, but I wonder if there's something that's knocked you recently and you're like, oh, I'm not sure. It's again a similar message, right? Because look here, this have faith card kind of confirming that for you. So have faith, yeah. And how we get back to that place is this one. Check out what affirmations I chose to do this morning, because I felt like I needed something different. And this is my journal stuff. Look, journal love. And this is like all my journal affirmations. Da-da-da-da. There's heaps, right? And these are ones that I've written myself, which some of them you can find in my courses. But I've and my favorite ones that I've found along the way, such as the one I'm about to read out to you now. And this used to be, look, it's even got mermaids and dolphins. I printed it out on mermaids and dolphins paper. You know how you can buy that special paper? Years ago. And I had them stuck up on my wardrobe, and every morning and a couple of times during the day I would stand there and read them all out loud with enthusiasm and joy and all the emotions, back in 2005, mind you. And I opened it up and I read this morning and I'm like, wow, that's pretty much my life now. Right? So Isabella, I'll come back to your comment in a moment. So when we talk about affirmations, people are like, I am happy, I am love. And whilst those are good affirmations, sometimes we can get stuck on those sorts of things and we're like, this doesn't work, right? It's not working. That's why I'm like, if you come into a slump, yeah? And in that sense, it's like, there's specific tweakings, and this is what I share with a lot of my clients, like specific tweakings of words that like change the entire, like they're like, oh my God, like of course, right? And it's like, woof, off they go. And so maybe you're needing a switch up in routine. Maybe you're needing like a, I don't know what that is. There's something there with that. But the Have Faith card, and then the bottom card of the deck for you, Hannah, is a new dawn. The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. So I feel like you're getting through the worst of it right now, or it might still feel like you're questioning everything and you're like, I just don't know. So this morning affirmations is actually going to shift you, but you might need a shift in routine or a shake up, or something is a bit stagnant that's going to give you that fresh energy to be able to keep going and actually experience the sunrise again in a way, right? So let me read this out because it's so, so beautiful. And let me know if you guys can recognize where this is from. These aren't my specific words. Success. Every experience is a success. These are beautiful affirmations to write out. Every experience is a success. Divine intelligence gives me all the ideas I can use. Everything I touch is a success. There is plenty for everyone, including me. There are plenty of customers for my services. I establish a new awareness of success. I move into the winning circle. I am a magnet for divine prosperity. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. Riches of every sort are drawn to me. Golden opportunities are everywhere for me. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I am one with the power that created me. I have within me all the ingredients for success. I now allow the success formula to flow through me and manifest in my world. Whatever I'm guided to do will be a success. I learn from every experience. I go from success to success and from glory to glory. My pathway is a series of stepping stones to ever greater successes. All is well in my world. Does anyone know where those affirmations are from? So I just want to point out, right? Success. Every experience is a success. And you might be like, every experience? I don't think so. I don't think every experience is a success. It's kind of like hell and torture and oh my God, right? And I'm really bringing this up for a reason, because when we write affirmations, that's what our subconscious says. And then we go, this shit doesn't work, right? And again, this is what I help a lot of clients with, about unpicking all of this and how do we actually experience every experience as a success, right? It does start with training our brain to think like this, right? So you know how we just said every experience is a success, and you're like, no, it's not, Hannah. Like I went in this hell and I'm like, hey, you need to train your brain. Stop talking. Stop talking right now. Stop talking about that crap again. Stop repeating how fucking tired you are. People are like, I'm so tired. And I'm like, can you stop saying you're so tired? I'm like, go and have a sleep instead. And I know it sounds like a bitch, right? Sometimes I hear it and I maybe need to do another live stream about it. And I know people are just telling me how they feel as well. And it's really important, okay? There's a fine line here, okay? Because when we're really exhausted and we're really tired, the biggest thing that gave me energy again, the biggest thing that shifted me was to never voice those words ever again. To never voice them. I did on live stream the other day because people were like, you're so tired. And I'm like, well, actually I am. Because I've just had 4 years of like go, 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 right? But I don't walk around all the time and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like I don't use that word in my vocabulary during the day ever. If I feel tired, I take 30 minutes, I set a timer and I go and lie down. I do not voice that word. Why? Because you're just like pulling in a whole big reality about it. If you're having issues with something in your life, stop talking about it, stop complaining about it, stop speaking those words all the time, all the day in your mind to all these people, and actually do something about it. That is the fastest way you're going to get your energy back. It's the fastest way you're going to change your life. That's the fastest way every experience is going to be a success instead of all the crap that you're used to experiencing and are experiencing. And you might be like, but Hannah, it's crap. And I'm like, you haven't trained your brain yet. It's not easy, but it can be done. But you have to catch yourself and you have to pull yourself up and you have to, like, stop saying the words that are causing your tiredness. Like, you're tired, for goodness sake. Stop that. Stop saying I'm stuck, I feel stuck, I don't know what to do. Stop saying those words. Stop it. Stop. I can't stress it enough, and I say this with love, okay? And there's a difference, okay? There's a difference between having a session with a healer or your mentor or your counselor and saying, this is what's going on, okay? That is different, because you are in session and you're working out what's going on and you're doing the tools and you go and take action, okay? But when you're walking around in your day-to-day life and 50 times an hour you're repeating how damn tired you are, nothing's gonna change. So stop voicing those words unless you're in session with your healer, with your person. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do something about it. And, you know, and yeah, go and lie down, right? But the best thing that you can do is like, oh, I'm feeling this way. I think I need to lie down and repair and recover and rest so that I have more energy. And you can even start like, saying to yourself, like, I'm learning to have more energy. I'm learning to increase my vibration. I'm learning to do this stuff. So even though that's what I used to experience and you don't even voice it, because in your head, you need to kind of have this conversation to really shut the mind up with love. Hey, oh, I just repeated it again, and you don't beat yourself up for it. Just go, hey, that's right. I don't say those words anymore, right? Just like I can't afford it. Like, stop saying those words. The biggest thing that changed me into my wealth, in what I experienced in my business and in my life, is I stopped voicing those words unless I'm in session with my mentor, unless I'm in session with my counselor or my healer. Like, it's a thing. It is literally a thing, yeah? Can't stress that enough, yeah? Every experience I success. Now, like I said, these are what I've been repeating. So you said Dwyer, like Wayne Dwyer, close. Louise Hay, yeah? Louise Hay affirmations, these ones are, and she has heaps of them. And these ones I used to say all the time, and and when I look back over them, I'm like, this is my life. Let me read these ones, right? I'll finish this off with this. So Hannah says, thank you, Hannah. A significant confirming your first reading. Focus is my key word at the moment. There we go. Yes, it is exactly that, right? You're so welcome, Penelope. So Isabel says, in April and May, I had many losses, and I'm finally deciding to force myself out of the grief and the depression that accompanies darkness. Yeah. And I've been told by a traditional medicine man and said practically the same. So since I've been questioning it, but I'm doubtful. Thank you for that clarity. It means so much and gave me an overall feeling of calmness and confidence about the direction I've been going in. Yeah, awesome. So good. Yeah, you definitely got the gift. Can feel that from here. Yes, cracking up, haven't laughed for days. Okay, great. Perfect. That's what we need. We all need more joy in our life because that pulls us out of that slump, yeah? That's why we've got anxiety and can't breathe. Okay, I'm going to read this. This is really powerful. And when I read it, I'm like, this is what I experience in my everyday reality, right? Because I've trained my brain to think certain ways, and this is what I experience, and because I experience it even more because I keep thinking it, I'm like, hey, this is what I've been thinking about. I'm like, wow. And then the universe goes, here's some more for you, right? It says, Hannah, you are wonderful. I love you. So please replace with your name. So your name, you are wonderful and I love you. This is one of the best days of your life. Everything is working out for your highest good. Whatever you need to know is revealed to you. Whatever you need is revealed to you. Whatever you need comes to you. All is well. I am willing to change. That will again. No, the tiger kept popping up. You got to be willing to change. I am willing to change. I'm willing to release old negative beliefs. I'm willing to release old negative thoughts. I'm going to stop. I'm going to commit to stop saying those words. I am making good money doing what I love. 2005, I started reading these. I actually do make good money doing what I love. It's my reality now. I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. Oh, yes, I am. I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. Oh, yes, I do. I'm an unlimited being I'm an unlimited being accepting from an unlimited mind. Oh my goodness, let's start again. I am an unlimited being accepting from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. Yeah. I am the abundance of the universe is available to everyone. I am willing to release the pattern in me that created these conditions, these current conditions, right? I'm in the process of positive change, i.e., I stopped saying those words anymore. Like, not saying it. Zip, stop. I'm in the process of positive changes. See, I'm in the process of, not like, oh, it's all positive change now, and then you're like, oh, it's not, right? I am in the process of positive changes. The words are important, guys, okay? This is why it's important to have a teacher. I have a happy, slender body. I experience love everywhere I go. I have the perfect living space. I now create a wonderful new job. I appreciate all that I do. I love and approve of myself. I trust the process of life is bringing me the highest good. I deserve the best and I accept it now. Everything is working in divine, perfect order. All is well. I now choose calmly and objectively to see my old patterns and I am willing to make changes. I choose calmly and objectively to see my old patterns and I'm willing to make changes. I am teachable. I am willing to change. See how many times that's in there? I choose to have fun doing this. So important. So important. Think a big thing with spirituality and the spiritual world, it is like bogged down, heavy, serious, because it is like facing the crap of the trauma of our life is not light and joyous. But I choose to do it with happiness and joy. I choose to have fun doing this. Doesn't mean that when we're in the grief and we're dealing with that trauma in that particular moment, that's fun. Hell no, right? But then we plan in fun for the rest of the week. We plan in a good weekend out. Like that stuff needs to be created, yeah? I choose to have fun doing this. I choose to react as though I've found a new treasure when I discover something else to release. You know, the like joy, like, oh, this is happening again. Why is this happening again? Like, I've just found a treasure chest and oh my God, I'm about to shift this weight out of my body. Okay, let's do this. Oh my God, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it because I'm willing to change. I'm willing to I now choose calmly and objectively to see my old patterns and I am willing to make changes. I see and feel myself changing moment by moment. Thoughts no longer have a power over me. Powerful. Thoughts no longer have power over me. Stop saying those thoughts that bring you down. I now choose, what did it say? Hang on, I lost the thing. Thoughts no longer have power over me. That is something you are declaring. You have the power to choose this, guys. Thoughts no longer have power over me. These are all Louise Hay affirmations. I am the power in my world. I choose to be free. All is well in my world. I am in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. I communicate with love and attract loving experiences and people to me. Communication is a song of love. Teach me to love. Love will always dissolve pain. Loving my body is the first step in healing. As I learn new skills, I lovingly support myself during the learning process. I praise myself for big and little things. There is help wherever we turn. Yeah? These are things, this is mindset. Mindset. So important. If you're not a morning person, there's still 23 hours left in the day. Well, there's heaps of hours in the day, right? I now choose lovingly to make time for my mindset work. I now choose to create time to do the most important things. Because 10 minutes of this is going to give you the energy to do the rest of the day with fun in the day, not because you're choosing fun, remember? So important. So important. Lots of love, Shannon. Yes, you're so welcome. Yes, I want it for my business plan and dream. That's exactly what I work with people specifically in my inner circle, in my other programs as well, but specific inner circle, we go deep with this stuff with business. It's a big part of what we do. And the other stuff, of course. All right, guys, if you think this live stream can help somebody, please share it into groups on the page, in a private message. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. Send me a message if you've got any questions about anything. And remember, Transcendence finishes the early bird tonight, and then it goes up to 5:55. So if that calls you, the link is on the title of this live stream, or you can find it on my website, and I shall see you guys real soon. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye.